Guys, welcome to the AI Breakfast Lab. My name is Ed Garza. I'm the Chief Technology Officer and also known as the AI Whisperer for Momentum Tech. I'm going to welcome you guys to the call. We are live streaming now, so I want to welcome you guys to the call. We're going to go ahead and get started now, and we will have some fun today. So, welcome to the AI Breakfast Lab. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at the platform right in the back end. We'll go ahead and get started right away here, guys. So, all right. This is our platform that you're looking at right now. If this is the first time you've seen it, put a four in the chat. A four for welcome to our door. Put a four in the chat if this is your first time seeing the back end of our platform. We would like to know. It helps us understand a little bit about who you are. Okay, great. We got some new people. First time seeing this. All right. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So we have a very friendly back end, guys. Very easy to navigate. So you can see up here we have our pertinent links like AI training, the Breakfast Lab, and our virtual and AI Summit event that's coming up at the this weekend. So let me put that in the chat. Make sure you guys register for that if you haven't already. Invite your friends and colleagues. We're going to start off the day at the Free AI and SI Summit. We're going to start off the day by writing a book live in front of your eyes, book cover, using the ghostwriter, writing the entire book, taking a napkin idea from one of our executives, and we're going to produce that asset live before your eyes. So if you want to see that, that's a great place. This is a great place to be this Saturday. It's only in 3 days, guys. So reserve your seat. We still have seats available. You'll have a chance to get your AI3 certification at the end of the day, too, guys. It's a short quiz at the end of the day, and you can print your certificate live. Yep, there you go, right? So we're going to have a lot of demos where you can watch AI in action, showing you how we do a variety of things, such as you see down here. There are topics for the day. Obviously, landing pages, books, social media, AI voiceovers, podcasts, a complete website customized by your expertise, video sales letter, brand voice chatbots powered by your knowledge base, 5 steps to rank your video on page one. Um, in addition to that, we're going to be going over practical tips for you also on how to use these tools in the back end here, like how to make videos to promote Momentum Tech, how to make videos to connect with people while you're networking. Uh, we got James Money Penny, Christine Dean going to be talking about how they use the AI platform to create relationships and networking opportunities and to bring in new business and how you could use the platform for customer acquisition, right? And of course, we have our very own uh, Bill, who is going to be covering topics of AI trends and hot topics and sound clips that you could use in conversations with people while you're out networking or talking to people, right? And what's going on in the AI world and why is it so hot, right? So we got a variety of things and topics for the day. Of course, yours truly, I'll be going over a lot of things on the platform, showing you how to use these apps, right? So we're excited about this weekend. We're already building for it, so you want to definitely get registered for it, right? So yes, this is going to be crazy awesome, and it's free. It's a free AI and SI summit. You could tap in anywhere around the world, so you don't have to pay anything to come, and you could get your A3 certification. And there's going to be all kinds of great um, announcements, um, surprises, um, just all kinds of fun stuff that goes on. If you've never experienced AI training, um, then just think like AI Breakfast Lab times 20 our events. James would validate that. People just love our events because we're engaged with you, we're building with you, and we're showing you how you could practically use the AI platform to make money with Momentum Tech, to build your teams, and to go out to the community and talk about it confidently so you know what's on the menu, right? We were just talking this morning, we're kind of like the, Cheesecake Factory of AI. I mean, that Cheesecake Factory has well over 200 menu items on their platform. We don't have 200 apps, but we have everything that you would need. I mean, you need content, for example. We have all kinds of GPTs that have expertise. In other words, you don't have to train these GPTs on your business. You don't need to understand prompt engineering at all. Like the Ask Ed app, for example, you don't have to understand prompt engineering. The Ask Ed app is a clone of me. It's my robot, so to speak, right? Online. And it knows everything about marketing. It has my 30 years experience and it probably has an IQ of 120, 130 now. So it's your AI coach. It knows everything about momentum tech. It knows everything about business. So you don't need to be a prompt engineer to pull information out of it. Do you understand? You don't need to say, hey, you hear all these people always promoting if you're on using other platforms or single chat GPT or, you got to, chat GPT doesn't know nothing about your business. You're going to have to tell it a little bit about your business, what you're looking to do, right? You have to, what you put in is what you're going to get out. So if you just say, write me a blog, it's not going to, you know, it's not going to do much, right? Because you didn't give it much. You got to give it some context. Like if I do example here and I tell the Ask It, write me a blog, okay? I want you to see what it does, right? Write me a blog. That's all I put in there, right? I don't need to understand prompt engineering. Maybe you're that vague, which is okay, but the Ask Ed app is gonna push you along and guide you and ask you clarifying questions to help you hone in exactly what you want to write the blog about, right? That's the cool thing about these GPTs. So let's wait for it. Maybe it needs to wake up here. Let's just give it a moment here.
Need some coffee, Ed. Need some coffee.
Yeah, there you go. Let's just refresh it. And let's just put that in there again. Write me a blog. There we go. All right. So, hey, I'm Ed. I'm your AI coach, Ed Garza's high energy strategist for digital marketing, AI, synthetic intelligence, and performance growth. I help you clarify goals, design smart experiments, and turn data into momentum. Think tighter funnels, right? Think tighter funnels, faster content, ops, and AI that actually move key performance indicators, KPIs. What's the single most important outcome you want to achieve in the next 30 days? So I think I need to refresh the page here. Sometimes that happens. AI needs a little bit of coffee. So we'll just go back in here. Let me log out and log back in. There we go. That's what our login page looks like. Which, by the way, you can have in any language you want. So if you need like the prompts to be in certain language, you could do that. So we're a global platform. So let's try it one more time here. Welcome, South Africa. All right. Let me just wake up a couple of these here. There we go. Here's Ask Ed now. And let's go back here. There we go. All right, here it is. All right, love it. Here it is. Write me a blog. Love it. Let me make this bigger so you can see what Ed does. Love it. Let's craft a blog that actually moves the needle. I'll structure it with clear questions and direct answers so it performs well in today's AI-driven search. This Q&A style is consistently rewarded for clarity, completeness, and authority. If you're undecided on the topic, sorry about that. Let's go back to the top. There we go. I'll draft it. Let's see here. Go back up. Okay, yep. If you're undecided about the topic, I could propose a few high impact angles. AEO versus SEO, how to win visibility in the AI search era, practical AI for small business enterprises, fast ways to improve cash flow and efficiency, brand voice at scales, keeping consistency across channels as you grow. What's the exact topic you and target you want this blog to serve, right? So then it broke it down a little bit more, right? Once you choose, I'll deliver a punchy headline, 1,200 to 1,500 word draft with scannable structure, Q&A section for AI search, meta title description, and clear call to action written in consistent brand voice so it feels unmistakably you across channels. What topic should we write first? Cool, right? You don't need to train it to be an expert. So let's write a topic on AEO versus SEO. Let's write a blog because that's my expertise, right? A blog on this topic. See, I don't need to be a prompt engineer to use this platform. Put in your topic. What is your topic? This is a blank canvas for you. The Ask Ed app, as well as all the other GPTs in the platform, whether you're the Wow GPT, the Ask Leo, or Ask Napoleon Hill, or Zig Ziglar, or Ask Jim Rohn, or the Clarity Coach, all of them will help you craft the content you need for your business. Okay? That's what these GPTs are at. And this is a good place for anybody to start because certainly it's easy to observe and get oriented with this and potentially get overwhelmed. Let me stop you right now. The objective of the AI Breakfast Lab is not to get you overwhelmed. It's to show you how you could practically use it for your business to promote your services or promote momentum tech. All right? That's what it's designed to do. So a good place to start for anybody, if you're just getting exposed to this or you just got access to this and you upgraded to our Momentum Tech AI platform, is to start with the GPTs. Start to train them, right? Start to train them. So I haven't trained this one at all much. I could train it pretty fast, but it already knows a lot about AEO, right? This Ask Ed app. So it's not the same with all AI systems. No, it's not. One of the things that's different is my.
I'm talking about the spelling. I'm talking to somebody about spelling on an image right now.
That's fine, but it's a good topic to talk about anyway because this is not like any other platform, Copilot or anything like that. This is your login. This is my login, right? Information that I put in here stays private. It's not shared with any external accounts. It's not shared with us. It's your IP stays yours. That is huge. Now, of course, if you're an advanced user with ChatGPT and you pay big money, they do have options where you could turn off that option, but you got to know where to go. You got to know, and it's not easy to find. It's not like right up front, okay? But we do it automatically because we know that's important to business owners. Your processes, it's important to coaches, your systems. It's important to any business entrepreneur, right? Your voice, your algorithm, you're learning from business, you're learning from the school of hard knocks, things that you've learned, processes you take clients through, right? Maybe ingredients of your product, whatever it is, that IP deserves to be secure, and we secure it in your platform. So I could upload PDFs or Word documents right here if I want to train this conversation. All right, so I could just rename this, and I'm going to say blogs or AEO. What is AEO? It stands for Ask Engine Optimization. We've been talking about this for over a week. So let's just hit go. So I asked the Ed to write a blog on this topic. Now, I haven't trained it on anything. Haven't trained it on anything. So while that's writing, which is writing, great choice, This topic is hot and highly actionable. To tailor the angle and examples, who's the primary audience? See how it's chunking it down now? It's not going to take a vague answer from you. It's going to ask you a question because it wants to do a good job of writing an article. Right? So it's asking you to target. What do you want to target? So I'm going to target. Let's just say here, I would like to target small businesses around Main Street communities, downtown communities, mom and pop shops, retail stores, whether they are doing business to consumer products or business to business services. So you could choose what you want. So again, I'm going slow so you can see how this works. You definitely want to save your conversations, okay? Right? Like this is something I'm working on with LinkedIn growth here, right? And some of these other ones are just samples. I could easily come to here and I could just say, hey, delete these, right? So it deletes that, right? And I could delete these to clean this up a little bit, which that's what I'm doing. I like to clean up my Ask Ed a little bit. If I demo this, I don't want to use these, right? So let's just delete these. Okay, there you go. And I'll delete this one. And I'll delete this one here. So I have blogs, AEO topics, vocabulary tutor, LinkedIn, and let's get rid of this one now. So now it's cleaner. So that organizes it a little bit. Perfect. Main Street is exactly where AEO can shine. Quick calibration. So I tailor this blog to real outcomes. What single primary result would you want the piece to drive for these small businesses? More walk-in foot traffic, more calls and appointments, more online sales or leads? Pick one, and I'll draft the headline, examples, and call to action around that. Which path should we optimize for? Do you see how this is guiding you to put a prompt together, James?
Yes.
Without you having to know how to do prompt engineering. Think about it, guys. You don't have to go get a degree in prompt engineering at Harvard or Stanford or any other college that's promoting it. AI moves super fast. These GPTs that we have in the platform here, okay? These GPTs, as well as our upcoming tutors that we have, that we're going to be launching for kids, we're launching 15 or plus AI tutors in math and science and everything else, every topic you could think of. That's days away from when our launch date on those, by the way. And they're powered by not just AI, but synthetic intelligence as well. They're almost agentic AI because you don't have to be a prompt engineer expert. So let's pick a topic, right? So quick calibration. So I tailor this blog to real outcomes. So I think more walk-in foot traffic, more calls and appointments are good. What do you think, James? Yeah, let's do that. Let's just
Yeah, I
paste
like
that.
it. I
Let's
like it.
just paste that in there. I'm going boom. So if you could copy and paste, you could do this, right? So again, I'm showing you how to use this. You can apply this for any business, right? So that's how you work the platform. Let me do what I wanted to do earlier and clone this, duplicate this tab. And let's go. We're here in the Ask Ed app. Let's go here again. Or let's just go to the Wild GPT and I want to show you something. Every one of these GPTs, if you're not following me or you want to learn a little bit more, they have a video tutorial on every single one of them, just to kind of give you an overview. That's how our platform rolls, right? We're the AI gold standard of AI technology, but we're also the AI gold standard of training, guys. So we have a ton of training in here. This is a video tutorial on the Wow GPT. We have it for the Ask Ed app. We have it for all these apps, right? If you want to use the Ask Leo app, which Leo, by the way, is who is Leo? A lot of people ask, who is Leo, right? Well, Leo is an advertising specialist. Okay. And he is brilliant. It's a historical GPT. All right. His last name is Burnett. So he was known as the ad man who opened a scrappy shop in Michigan Avenue in 1935. He built a big, honest, yeah, built on a big, honest ideas and a bowl of apples on the front desk. You might know some of his old friends like the Jolly Green Giant or Tony the Tiger. They're great. Remember that? Or the Marlboro
Yeah.
Man or Pillsbury Doughboy, right? Or his creed really was always to make it simple, make it memorable. And he says, now let's get to work. What brand, product, or idea are you trying to make unforgettable? In one sentence, who's it for? And what promise are you making? He'll help you craft memorable content. Awesome, right? All right, here's the Ask Ed. Let's see what it did so we could see the article. So I told it, let's write a blog on this topic. Excellent choice. The topic is hot and highly actionable. To tailor the angle, example, SaaS marketers, I gave it an answer. I told her I wanted more foot traffic. Here it goes. AEO versus SEO. How Main Street businesses win visibility and drive walk-ins and calls. Summary. If you run a downtown shop or local service on Main Street, the way people find you is shifting from typing words to asking questions and talking to assistants. Answer engine optimization helps you become the definite answer those assistants and search features choose. While classic SEO keeps your site technically sound, in practice, AEO helps you get discovered and chosen. SEO keeps you dependable and fast. AEO doesn't replace SEO, it builds on it as a specialized question, first layer for AI and voice results. Why this matters right now. People ask questions, not just type keywords. More searches are phrased like, who can fix a cracked iPhone screen today near me? A natural shift fueled by voice and conversational AI. For small businesses, AEO is a chance to leapfrog bigger competitors. Let me read that again. For small businesses, AEO is a chance to leapfrog bigger competitors. Let that sink in for a moment. By owning high intent questions. By what? Owning high intent questions that lead to immediate action, walk ins, calls, bookings. Google Business Profile is a powerhouse for local discovery. 46% of Google searches look for local info. A well built profile converts that intent into direction requests and tap to call to actions. AEO versus SEO in plain English. SEO, the foundation, makes your site fast, crawlable, trusted with clean structure, helpful content, schema markup. This is the engine under the hood. You still need it, okay? It's even though it's dying, and some people say it's dead, it really doesn't matter because AEO moves much faster. AEO is the multiplier, right? Package clear, direct answers to real customer questions in formats AI can lift and read aloud. Q&A, questions and answer sections, concise definitions, step by step, and FAQ schema. This is how you get cited or read out loud by assistants and appear in featured answers. What winning looks like on Main Street. More directions. In other words, people ask for more directions on their phone to get to your location and calls straight from your Google My Business. Businesses that actively optimize and track Google My Business metrics see significantly more customer actions. Posting at least weekly is linked with 520% more actions. Robust photo libraries correlate with big gains in calls and direction requests. One reports, one source reports 520% more calls and 2.717% more direction requests for profiles with 100 photos. Assistants quoting your answers. Assistants meaning AI assistants, right? Clear Q&A with schema help your content become the answer, especially for near me or open now and service specific questions. Hospitality examples show voice driven reservations increased by 38% when Q&A content and schema are implemented well. The three-part AEO plan for walk-ins and calls. Be the answer, number one. Build Q&A content that assistants trust. Guys, I don't know, this is a really rich article, right? Really rich article. This would rank really well on a website for AEO. We're going to use this for a blog that we put on our website, right? Like it even gives you a meta title that you could put. You can hand this right to your web developer. Meta description and call to action. And it asks me, which path would you like to drill into? Right? It asks me, do you want a version tailored to a specific Main Street category, like a coffee shop? It's a great idea. Salon, dentist, boutique, repair, or restaurant. With a 10-question Q&A you can publish this week, which path would you like to drill into? That's Ed asking, what else? How can I make it better for you? That's the power of agentic AI. See that, guys? Power. This could be your business, right? This could be your business. Boy, that's a mouthful what we just talked about right there, James, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, guys, this is good stuff, right? So I'm going to copy this, okay, right here, and I'm going to save it in a Google Drive because I'm going to write more than one article, all right? Because I want to create a blog calendar. And if you launch a website, maybe you start with 3, 4, 5 blogs, and with our platform, you can do this with speed, right? You don't need a lot of time to do it. So this is going to be blog one, right? I'm going to paste that right in there, make that a little bit bigger for you so you can see everything. All right. There's blog one right here. Boom. There's a subject. This would be good on blog. This would also make a really good LinkedIn article, I would imagine. Cool. Excellent. There's the meta title. I want to make sure I remember that. And let's do blog two now. We'll go back to the Ask Ed app. And remember, it gave us some suggestions up front on what type of articles we wanted to write. So I can just go back up to the top here. And it said, here's some topics. Practical AI for fast ways to improve cash flow and efficiency. Brand voice that scales, keeps consistency across channels as you grow. So practical AI for small business enterprises. It gave me some other suggestions. Let's go a different direction. How about I do this? Now I would like for you to craft a fictional story that's inspiring to this specific Main Street category. to small business America. I want this fictional story to be inspiring, and I wanted to show the rise from the ashes of a small business. I'll put that prompt. This is a really fun prompt, guys. The rise from the ashes. It really, the AI platform puts together really good stories that are engaging, right? So what would I do with a story like this? Well, you could create an avatar with it. You can create an audio file with it, right? I mean, we've done all kinds of stuff with these, right? James, these stories, and they're inspiring. So again, love this. Let's craft a short, cinematic rise from the ashes story that Main Street owners actually feel in their bones. Love it. Don't you love that, James? That's great.
Yeah, yeah, I think James left for a minute. Got me on here with you, Ed.
That's cool. Yeah, quick pick. So I nailed the voice. Who's our hero? Right? The corner book, the corner bookshop, a family store burns down, rebuilds with community help. Riverside Hardware, a flood wipes it out. No, no. What should we write about? We're going to write about a corner baker shop, not liquor shop, bakery. Sitting downtown on the corner street of 231 Main Street. The topic regarding Rise from the Ashes is the topic of how they were invisible online and they needed more foot traffic and how the AEO strategies helped them rebuild new traffic into their bakery. So we're going to go into the funnel here in just a minute because we were working on the AEO funnels and how you can build a funnel right in the system. But we're crafting a fictional story right now, right? So what can I do with this fictional story, right? I could make it into an audio file that I could put on the website because obviously that they could listen to that audio file right on their phone, right? Okay. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, it's writing quite a bit. All right. Let's see what it did here. I may have to change some things. I want to make it an audio file so you guys can listen to it. Okay. So let's just go here. All right. The warm rise at 231 Main. At 4:12, the oven opens. Yes, for months. It's been visible. The sidewalk saw more joggers than shoppers. That's good, huh? A road detour. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Tuesday, we're open at 6. Call to the neighborhood. Poke his head off. Yeah. Yes, wrong place. Your phone. Okay. Maps. Mia Rice. Albra. I bake. I don't map. Lewis pulled out his phone. Look, your Google Business profile hours are wrong. This began the questions. A whiteboard by Flour Sacks turned. Do you have fresh bread after 3 p.m.? Can I pre-order? Yes, gluten free. Yes, yes, yes. Love it, love it, love it. Just going through it to make sure everything would read good so you guys can hear it. Yes, it looks good. The QR code. Yes, that looks good. Yes, looks good. Okay, I like it. What do you think, John? I like the way I think this will sound really good. Let's listen to this.
Yeah, I'm anxious to hear that. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now what do I do? Let's just go over here and let's open up another file. We go to our audio book, create an audio book. So we've got voiceovers and we have podcast scripts or AI podcasts. I'm going to use in the write your book section, I'm going to use what's called the audiobook creator. So let's just go over here, audiobook maker, because it's going to read it every word, right, on this story. So I'm just going to type in here AEO story, and I'm going to say yes, Ed Garza, and I'm going to say this is all internally, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put in, story here. And I'm going to paste that whole story right in there. And I'm going to choose a voice that's a good storyteller. Let's choose Will if we can find Will. Let's see Will. Let's see here. Let's choose Matilda. Let's try Matilda. Let's see.
Welcome to our AI-powered platform.
That's good. A lady would be good. So let's go ahead and create that audiobook real quick. Oh, I do want to change one thing. Q&A. Question and answer. Okay, and then there was another one, G for gluten. So I want to say it said GF. So there it is right there. So I'm just going to type in gluten-free instead of GF. I don't know how that will read that. It's just some tips for you guys when you do these. Gluten-free pastry. Okay, I think that looks good. Yeah. All right, let's let it rip, Tater Chip. Let's do it. Let's listen to it. We'll be listening to this in just a second.
So you can see what experience brings because you caught all that stuff just as it went flying by. That's pretty impressive, Ed.
Yeah, so you just want you want to watch out for like things like that because it may not read the GF, gluten-free or even even the Q&A. I know it may not read Q&A. AI has gotten the algorithms and the language models have gotten better, so it may do a good job. Um, but here, let's listen to it. Here's the AEO story. Let me make sure you guys can hear my sound. Stereo. Here we go.
The warm rise at 231 Main. At 5:12 a.m., the ovens at 231 Main Street exhaled their first breath. Cinnamon unfurled into the dark, and Mia, flour on her cheek hair in a bandana, lined up trays of croissants that sang when she tapped them. The town would wake soon. It just hadn't been walking through her door. For months, her corner bakery had been invisible. The sidewalk saw more joggers than shoppers. A road detour had rerouted the weekday crowd, and online, crickets. People who loved her almond croissants didn't even know she'd added a lunch menu. A tourist once stood at the corner phone in hand, asking an assistant for best bakery near me, and the answer sent them 2 blocks away. Mia watched the stranger's back disappear and felt something inside her sink like a failed soufflé. One Tuesday, her neighbor, Luis, poked his head in for coffee and noticed a small sign taped to the counter. "We're open at 6. Call to reserve a loaf." "You've got the right sign," he said, "in the wrong place. Your phone and maps need to say this, not just your counter." "Maps?" Mia raised an eyebrow. "I bake, I don't map." Luis pulled out his phone. "Look your Google business profile. Hours are wrong. Categories don't say bakery or breakfast. You've got 5 photos, 3 from last year, and your website doesn't answer the questions people ask before they come." He tapped his screen, then grinned. "Let's make you the answer." It began with questions. A whiteboard by the flour sacks turned into a wall of what customers actually asked. "Do you have fresh bread after 3 p.m.? Can I pre-order a birthday cake for same day? Gluten-free options today? What time do the croissants sell out? Is there parking nearby? Do you deliver to offices on Main Street?" Mia fought the urge to write paragraphs. Instead, she learned to answer like a friend who knows exactly what you need. Short, crisp, helpful. Then she stacked those answers on a new Ask the Baker page on her site and added simple, structured data so assistants could understand them. It felt odd, like learning a new recipe with precise steps, but once she saw the first featured answer pull her exact sentence into a search result, she smiled like a pastry that finally puffed. Next came the storefront in the cloud. She and Luis rebuilt her Google business profile like it was the front window. Correct categories: bakery, breakfast, restaurant; services, custom cakes, sandwich, lunch; attributes, wheelchair accessible, family friendly; and real hours, including holiday and early bird batches. Mia uploaded photos that smelled like comfort even through a screen: steam curling from a sourdough loaf, buttered layers of a croissant, a shy smile from her new hire, Danny, holding a tray of morning buns. They posted every week. "Warm sourdough at 7 a.m. Call now to reserve. Pumpkin cruffins today only. Get directions. Lunch on the go. Turkey brie on brioche. Walk in before 1 for a free cookie." Reviews were a hurdle. Asking felt awkward, until a regular named Ruth put both hands on the counter and said, "You've got to let us brag about you, honey." Mia started handing out tiny cards with a QR code and the words, "Loved your bake? Tell your neighbors." She replied to every review with the same warmth she used in the shop. The profile started to glow. A week later, the first sign, "Tap to call," rang more often. People asked, "Do you still have croissants? Do you make cupcakes for a 3 p.m. pickup? What time do baguettes come out?" A man walked in at 7:10, phone in hand. "My assistant said you had fresh sourdough now and parking behind the alley. Nailed it." He left with 2 loaves under his arm, nodding to the directions he'd just followed on maps. Mia tracked everything like a baker watches a timer. Calls up 23% the first week. Direction requests up 41% the second. By week 4, lunchtime foot traffic had lifted so clearly that Danny started an 11:30 a.m. sandwich sprint. The Ask the Baker page became a quiet magnet. When people searched gluten-free pastry near me, Mia's simple answer, "Yes." Almond cakelets every morning, plus a daily rotating gluten-free pastry, showed up consistently. Assistants read her words out loud. The town began to echo them back. Of course, trouble doesn't check the calendar. In late January, a surprise freeze turned Main Street into an ice rink. Walk-ins plummeted. Mia stared at her empty tables and the twin brown ovens, humming like stubborn optimists. She took a breath, opened her Ask the Baker page, and added 2 new entries. "Do you offer curbside pickup in bad weather? Yes. Call when you arrive. Spot #3 is reserved for curbside. Can I order a family bread box for the week? Yes. 1 sourdough, 6 rolls, 4 muffins. Order by noon. Pick up after 3. She posted both to her profile with a bold Call Now button. The phone lit up like a string of holiday lights. "Bread box, please." 2 bread boxes. "We're parked in spot 3. The bell above the door chimed like it had missed you, and Mia's ovens kept their promise. Even in a freeze, she could warm a block. By spring 2031, Main Street felt different. Not just busier, chosen. The kind of chosen that comes from being the fastest, clearest answer to real questions. Tourists found them without wandering. Office managers called every Thursday for Friday pastry trays. A yoga studio down the street synced their class times with Mia's post-class snack posts and sent grads her way. One afternoon, a couple from out of town studied the display of lemon tarts. "Our phone said this was the place," they laughed. "Said you still had croissants at 2. They did. The couple bought 3, then asked about a birthday cake. A month earlier, they would have stood on a different corner waiting for a different answer. Mia started keeping a notebook. 2 columns: what people asked and what we answered. Every time she posted, she watched for the lift in calls and directions. When vegan options spiked on Saturdays, she made it a habit. When open early surged during the farmer's market, she added a 5:30 a.m. batch and posted it the night before. She wasn't just baking anymore. She was being discoverable on purpose. On a quiet Sunday, she wrote in chalk on the front board, "From invisible to indispensable." Under it, a small question and answer. Section: do you have fresh bread after 3? Yes. Fridays and Saturdays, ask for the late bake. She snapped a photo and posted it. By 2:45 p.m., a line formed. There's a kind of heat you can't see. The heat that lifts dough and the hope that lifts a business. At 2:31, Maine both were working now. Mia didn't beat the algorithm. She fed it honest, useful answers and let her community do the rest. The bakery that once watched customers walk past now watched them walk in phones, becoming invitations instead of distractions. Rise from the ashes? Sometimes the ashes are just silence. Sometimes the phoenix is a bell over a door ringing and ringing while a baker wipes flour from her hands and greets the next person by name.
Well, James or John, man, that was a great story, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and that is so true, guys. Just with a few little tweaks, you can help yourself or help another business. Let me show you a little bit more. So now that you heard that, now hopefully you understand the importance of ask engine optimization, right? So that's why we've been working on this topic, and we've been working on creating our website in the platform, which you could create unlimited websites in the platform, no hosting, no SSL certificates. We got a video tutorial here, right here, that shows you how to use a 45-minute training, and we're going to do some smaller ones too. But this is the one we were working on right here, the AEO funnel. Now, we have the copy for this, and we got the books for it done. This is the funnel that we're working on. So you can see the magic hook up here is pretty clear. Now I'm going to make that a little bit smaller. So it's just on 3 lines, right? Watch this. So I just move that down a little bit. There you go. Perfect. Okay. The game has shifted. And by the way, it's mobile friendly here too as well. See, there's the mobile, there's a tablet. Now we need to change the tablet view because that came real small. We'll work on that later. So the game has shifted from rank me to choose me. Be the answer. AI reads out loud every time. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Momentum Tech turns zero content into daily conversations. We heard that in the story, right, guys? So let's make this 24. Let's make this one 24 also to keep it consistency. Okay, excellent. This is a video that we have in the script here, and then ready to be the answer in AI search. Click the link to launch your 7-day answer blitz now, right? And this is our 7-day answer blitz. This is a book cover that our AI platform put together. We didn't have to design it. We didn't have to pay a designer. We just used the book designer in our platform. James just put in the 7-day answer blitz, and wada boom, wada bam, it came up with this, and we're going to have it here. And of course, the get it now goes to a pop-up where they could put in their name, an email address, and phone number, and they could download the book now. Right? So when they click on that, by the way, when they click on that, I'll show that real quick. if I want to, I can just put on the submit, see right here, go to. So I'll put the page there as well. That way, as soon as they hit download the book, they go right to that page. That's how easy our web builder is. Now, once somebody fills out that form, it automatically goes into your CRM here, right? Where they go right into here. All right. So let's go back here. So there you go. There's that. To get it down. As an added bonus today, James and I wrote this. Let's make this 24 also. Consistency. Not 8, 24. 24. 24. As an added bonus today, get our answer authority free ebook. Now I'm going to put that in, maybe italicize that. Okay, there you go. Free ebook plus full audiobook to jump start your AEO wins. This is a book that wrote called Answer Authority, Claim Your Space in AI Search. Right? That's an added bonus. Bonuses are good. So the flow of this is really, and you saw I put a background in here. See that background in there, John? So the way I did that, yeah, James, so I did that by going to settings and I go to background and I uploaded an image in here, right? So let me show you the size of that background so you guys know that. Well, you guys are getting a lot of knowledge right now, so that's good, right? Let me give you some more knowledge. So what size does your background need to be? So I have a folder in my Canva that has all the backgrounds that I do, right? So whether that's a background in a website or that or these are some of the backgrounds that I've done, right? In the back end of websites, right? This is like, this would be like for kids, right? This is another background. This was the background I chose, right? So the size of this, let's go to edit, let's go to resize so we can see the actual size. So the size, let's do a custom size. So somebody put this in the chat. Width is 1920, height is 1080. 1920, height 1080. That's the size you need for the background, right? So I just did it in Canva. You can do it in our AI platform also. You can create an image that size with the editor, but it's 1020 by 1080. That's the size your background needs to be. Okay, so I downloaded that background and I put it right here in the background here. That's how it looks. I faded it out a little bit, okay, as well. So answer authority. Then the present day reality with AEO. You're ghosted by Google. No content, no traction, no conversions. AI search doesn't list 10 options anymore. It picks one answer. If it's not you, you don't exist. With AEO, you're structured, clear Q&A content. This is all content, right? Become the default answer in AI search. Boom, get it now. You got questions? We have answers. Here's commonly asked questions. Get it now. And then we're going to include, I'm not done yet, but we're going to include a lot of these. These are custom apps that we have in the platform. Let me show you where those are at. So they are right here. Right? These are AEO apps. There's 15 of them. Like, for example, if I want to design a Facebook post. So what I did for this one as an example, I'm not going to design it now. I'm going to show you what I did. I put in our main topic here, which join us for AI training. We are the AI gold standard of training, the top shelf of training for artificial intelligence. Join us for the AI Breakfast Lab Monday through Friday, 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Eastern. Our target audience, I inputted this, okay? Entrepreneurs, coaches, sales professionals, business owners, affiliate marketers, and network marketers. What's our goal for our posts? What's to drive traffic? What's the tone of our post? Professional and credible. Guys, this is no prompt engineering necessary. Again, to get an engaging social post that'll help your social platform get ranked on AI assistants online. And they're super fast, by the way. These are not old school Google robots or assistants searching and crawling websites to find out what your website is about. These are like almost 1,000 times X faster, these AI assistants. So when you just tweak your social content just a little bit, or you tweak your Facebook or your LinkedIn or anything like that, you just tweak it like Mia did in the bakery, right? Just tweak it, answer a few more questions here and there, right? And constantly improve on it. It can have a massive impact on any type of business, right? And then, so it wrote a social post for me. Here it is right here. That would be engaging, all right? And it wrote another, like a video script for me also. That would be engaging. Cool. So let's, we got about 2 minutes. So let's do another article and a blog. Let's do a blog, okay? Let's do another blog. Write another blog talking about a Main Street business that sells financial and insurance services and how AEO impacted them and their story, and how 0 clients to clients finding them because they adopted Ask Engine Optimization in their marketing strategy. With just a little tweak, they saw a new business. Write that fictional story for me now. So once you got it moving in this direction, then it's easy for you to craft engaging stories, right? I could have it write blog posts or LinkedIn posts, social posts. I could tell it, write me some social posts, right? Here it goes. So it's going to write just as good a story as the first one, if not better, but it's targeting business professionals, B2B, right? So that's how you use the GPTs. And of course, we're working on the funnel too. This is our funnel builder, right? It's pretty simple to use. I started from scratch with a little bit of help, and I just started working on the sections. To add type of sections you could add and components. I mean, you could add all kinds of components, from images and videos and different type of text and media and forms, right? Maybe like how did I do that email opt-in? Well, you don't have to design it. You just drag it right here, right? I could drag it like right down here. I could put like a form right here. Boom. There's the form. And I said, well, that's too close to that. So I'm going to position that, make that a little bit like that. See, if I want to change the color of the form, I just go down here, change the color to there. And then I can change the click here to whatever I want. That's as simple as it is putting in a form that goes directly into your CRM, right? We couldn't have made it easier for you guys, right? So let's undo those actions. There's an undo button up here where you can undo everything. And then we'll wrap this up like a Danish pastry. All right. So here's Ed. It already it's writing the article, the story. Pretty cool, right? So we'll put some of these stories on on the website, right? That way it builds engagement. And we'll write some blogs too on the website. And we'll put these on the website too. So we want to optimize it for AI. So that's what we're going to do, right? And by the way, our website builder automatically optimizes it for AI for you. You don't have to have any technical skills. There's not one web platform in the marketplace that has what we have. So, James, that does it for the AI Breakfast Lab, guys. That's enough training for you guys. I'm